Right, hello again everyone. This is the video I promised to do earlier on, and one I've been waiting to do for a couple of weeks since I received it. And it's the comparison of the same tobacco, Marlin Flake. But a comparison from one that is 5 years old to one which is almost 20 years old. This is my tin, which I dug out of my cupboard. I'm pretty sure it's been 5 years. I've got, I think, 5 tins of various ages in there, and I suppose I should. A lot of them, ones going back this far, I'd never really intended to keep them that long, so I wasn't putting them there deliberately to store, and it's just happened. But you know, I regret now not putting the date on there, but it was at the bottom of the pile, and I always tend to just put the newer ones on the top. So I'm pretty certain this is 5 years old. So yeah, I managed to get the label off. Wonderful. Yeah. And again, I mentioned before, I have opened this. Yeah. For those of you who've never had Marlin Flake, for those of you who have, sorry, this is going to be really dull. Blended by Coalhouse Cop, and I said this is just one giant flake. Now, obviously, I have, for the purposes of trying this, I have cut some off of each end, but let me just get that out for you, just give you some idea. So it's probably, whoop, you know, that's just layers of flake put together. And so I've probably cut about half an inch of either end of that. So that's got to be jarred up now, and I took some out earlier, so this flake form quite moist, just to dry out. And should have mentioned the tin aroma, really, shouldn't I? It's quite a very famous YouTube presenter. It smells like tobacco. But as you no sweetness, just that earthy, almost peaty, leathery smell. Really rich. Slightly chocolatey, I suppose. But now, whilst I know there's perique in here, you know, really is a small amount as far as I'm concerned, but this is just a quality Virginia. So let's pop the lid back on that one. And then there is the Marlin Flake 18 to 20 year old that Keith gave me. So what I've done, before I've actually started smoking it, I just wanted to show you the appearance, and I don't think this is going to come out well. I've got this on an old thick leather mat which I normally cut my plugs on. I know this is going to be tip up all over the place. That'll just be hugely embarrassing. Right, this side here is Keith's 20-year-old one. This one is mine, 5-year-old. You can already see the difference in the colour. This one, all the bright Virginias in there, the yellow golden Virginias in there, I've turned dark, so it's like a uniform Latakia coloured one. And it smells sweeter. Perhaps a little bit more peaty as well. More like molasses or like a syrupy smell coming off that. But beautiful. So what I need to decide down side by side was which pipes to put it in. Fairly easy choice. Oops, sorry a second, bear a sec. And didn't have to think for long. And I thought I'd get two of my recently favourite pipes out. I thought fittingly, for a 20-year-old tobacco, I would put it in a what we think is perhaps a 50-year-old pipe. Certainly Alan Spain Pipe, who restored this little beauty, thinks it's from the 60s. I know it's had an appearance recently. I thought, well, okay, you know, a couple of oldies together. And for my 5-year-old Marlin Flake, I'm going to smoke it in the PSP hive. Okay, so I'll go away. Both right moisture now, both these tobaccos. I'm going to pack the pipes up and I'll come back and we'll do the comparison. See you shortly. Right, back again. Okay, I've packed both the pipes and I've just given them a try and light. I don't think I'm particularly interested to do that on a video. So I've tasted them, but I don't think you get a good indication of a charring light, and that's really all I've done. Now, in terms of fairness, I haven't smoked Marlin Flake of any description for quite a while now. The only Rattrays I've smoked recently are the Holy Trinity that I spoke about in the tin opening video. That's either Marlin Flake itself, Old Gowrie and Hallow Wine. I have smoked Hallow Wine recently. So I'm coming to this with some neutrality really. Both pipes, 5-year-old, 20-year-old. This is, oh, by the way, I forgot to mention what pipe this was. This is the Stanwell and Julie. I made 26. So which one to start off with? I think let's start off with the younger one. Now I'm expecting it to be this similar taste to Hallow Wine. They are in fact the same components. But this being the flake form, I expect it to be a little bit richer, and already it is. Fine, excellent Virginia's sweetness. Natural sweetness you get from the sugars in the Virginias. I know there's Kentucky in here, and I still don't know what Kentucky is. Pardon me. I've even looked on Pipedia, and that wasn't very helpful. So again, like Burley, I don't know whether it's there to bulk it out and take away the potential, calm it down, take away the potential tongue bite. But what flavour it's Kentucky supposed to have, if any, I really don't know. But and it's also got Perique in it. But not enough for it to be distinctive enough that you can recognise it as you would in a vapour. It's a much more noticeable flavour than the Hallow Wine, and the Hallow Wine is really nice. This is, I suspected, richer. I'm just getting quality Virginias out of this. Earthy, peaty, leathery, all the things I'd expect from a Virginia. That's how I describe them, and I'll continue to do so. But there's an underlying sweetness in every puff. Part of that sweetness, no doubt, is from Perique, but I'm getting no pepperiness associated with Perique. Oh, that's good. That is a really good tobacco. Right. There's a kind of maltiness to this as well, very subtle. That may be the sweetness of the Virginias, and that's that dull kind of demerara sugar or banana sweetness you get from the Perique combined together. think I've got enough flavour of that to try the other one. Here goes. And already notice the difference immediately. Wow. I almost wonder if it's the same tobacco. How peculiar. That's completely different. The sweetness is still there, but it's altered, and in a way I can't quickly find a way to describe. Just take a little drink quickly. Just to cleanse the palate a little bit. It's going to go out. At this stage, I'm going to say that it seems like the paprika's taken over. There's more earthiness to this than sweetness. Yeah, the sweetness is a lot less. To the point, seriously, if I was doing a blind comparison on this one, not knowing what tobaccos were, I would not say that they were the same tobacco, which you'd expect, I suppose, that it would alter over time to the extent that it would be a different tobacco from newly opened. But I would say the Perica's matured better than the Virginia. Is that unusual? I'm getting more pepperiness from this. It's typical of Perique. And the sweetness of the Virginias that obviously were there from the Marlin, because we know from the other one, I've gone to a kind of oriental tobacco sweetness. Sorry, I think the lights just it fades suddenly and the webcam's trying to adjust and failing. Interesting. This is not quite a vapour. No. Well, maybe it is. It was difficult. Yeah, I'd say that was more a vapour now, where the Virginia's perhaps subsided over the 20 years, whereas the Periques haven't, or the other way around. The Periques got stronger than the Virginia in the maturing. But at this stage, I would have to say that I think I'm preferring this one. I think just because of the sweetness of the Virginias. To this point, let's assuming this is the stable one. This is Marlin Flake as we know it. This is almost not the same tobacco. Very peculiar. So, I hope that was an interesting video. That was a good experiment for me. I'm enjoying both of them, but I think this 5-year-old one has pipped the other one to the post. It'd be great to have a brand new one, really, to do 3 comparisons. Maybe that's too much. Or maybe that's too much for the palate at the same time. Anyway, that was it. I will hopefully post another video during the week trying some of the other tobaccos that Keith tried. I want to try the Dunhill Elizabethan mixture, the aged Old Gowrie, so then I've completed the trinity of late. See how that one goes. I've got some no, I haven't got any old. I'm not going to open a tin of Old Gowrie. That's too many tins open, so I'm not going to be doing a side by side comparison on that one. But because they're all the Gowrie, the Flake, and the Hell of the Wine, the Marlin and Hell of the Wine are of a similar nature. I've got some expectation of what they should taste like. So if you got this far, thanks for sticking with me as always, and take care. Bye bye.